What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. OKC Thunder shoot 15 out of 29 from three-point land to take a 120-108 victory over the Portland Trail Blazers. Let's go over all the team stats. For the Blazers, they shoot 39 for 83, 47% from the field. They go 12 of 31 for 39% from the three-point land. They go 18 of 24 for 75% from the free throw line. Of their 39 made baskets, they get 18 assists. They pull down 41 rebounds, 12 of those offensive. They get 5 steals. They have a block. And they have a game-high 18 turnovers. For the Thunder, they shoot 37 of 77 for 48% from the field. They go, like I said, 15 of 29 for 52% from from three-point land. They also shoot 31 of 39 for 80% from the free throw line. Of their 37 made baskets, they get 27 assists. They pull down 37 rebounds, 8 of those offensive. They get 6 steals, 5 blocks, and they have 15 turnovers. Individual stats for the Blazers: Damian Lillard has another excellent game. He goes for 32 points on 10 of 21 shooting. He goes 3 of 9 from three-point land. He goes 9 of 10 from the free throw line. He finished up with a +8. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 4 rebounds total. He got 6 assists, had 4 turnovers, and had 2 steals. So big game from Dame, especially in that third quarter. We'll get into that later. CJ McCollum scored 21 points on 7 of 16 shooting. He goes 5 of 8 from three-point land. He goes 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Got to make those free throws. He finished up with a -20. He pulled down 7 rebounds, had 7 assists, which was a team high. He also had 3 turnovers and got himself a steal. So CJ did what he could tonight. Enes Kanter has another big game. He goes for 19 points on an efficient 9 of 14 shooting. He goes 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -13. He pulled down 3 offensive rebounds, which was a game-high time. He had 5 total, just got an assist and had a turnover. Al-Farouq Aminu finished up with 9 points on 3 of 9 shooting. He goes 3 of 7 from 3, finished up with a -11. He also pulled down 3 offensive rebounds. He had a team high 9 total. He also had 2 assists and got a turnover. Mo Harkless finishes out the starting 5 for the Blazers with 7 points on 3 of 9 shooting. He goes 0 of 2 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -17. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 3 total, just got an assist, had 4 turnovers, had a steal and a block. For the bench, Myers Leonard leads the way with 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting. He goes 0 of 1 from 3, finished up with a +2. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 3 total, and had a turnover. Zach Collins, he finished up with 4 points on an efficient 2 of 2 shooting. He goes for a +1. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 4 total, and also dished out an assist. Seth Curry took no shots today, and all of his 3 points came from the free throw line. But he did finish up with a +7. He pulled down a rebound and had 2 turnovers. Rodney Hood just couldn't get it going. He finished up with 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting. He goes 1 of 3 from 3. Finished up with a +2. He pulled down 2 rebounds, had a turnover and a steal. Anthony Simons getting some playoff minutes, although it was only 1 or 2. The game was pretty much said and done, but he did sink 2 out of 3 free throws. He did take a shot, which was blocked by Nerlens Noel, and he finished up with a 0. Evan Turner only got in for about 6 minutes, but he didn't score. He went 0 of 2 from the field, finished up with a -3. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 3 total, and had a turnover. Also, Jake Layman got in the game, but he was only in for like maybe a minute as well, and he didn't register any stats. For the Thunder, Russell Westbrook leads his team to victory He goes for 33 points on an efficient 11 of 22 shooting. He goes an efficient 4 of 6 from 3. He goes an efficient 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He finished up with he finished up with a plus 15. He pulled down 5 rebounds, dished out a game high 11 assists, also had a game high 5 turnovers, and got himself a block. So big game from Russell Westbrook, especially after that game 2 disaster where he shot terribly. Paul George, his saving grace was the free throw line tonight. He finished up with 22 points on a terrible 3 of 16 shooting. He goes 2 of 7 from 3. He goes 14 of 17 from the free throw line. He finished up with a plus 10. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 6 total, dished out 6 assists, had 2 turnovers, and got a steal. Jeremy Grant is one of the big reasons why OKC won this game tonight. He finished up with 18 points on an efficient 6 of 7 shooting. He goes 4 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished up with a plus 15. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 2 total, dished out an assist, and had 2 big blocks. So excellent game from Jeremy Grant. Big time. And his team needed him. Steven Adams finished up with 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting. He goes 0 of 1 from 3. Finished up with a team high plus 18 and a game high. He finished up with 2 offensive rebounds, had 7 total, dished out 2 assists, had 3 turnovers, and got himself a block to finish out the starting 5. Ferguson finished up with 9 points on 3 of 5 shooting. He goes an efficient 3 of 4 from 3. Finishes up with a plus 3. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 2 total, and had a turnover. For the bench, another big reason why OKC won this game, Dennis Schroeder led the way with 17 big points on 5 of 11 shooting. He goes 2 of 3 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Finished up with a plus 12, grabbed himself 5 rebounds, dished out 6 assists, had a turnover, and got himself 2 big steals. So, excellent game from Dennis Schroeder. His best game, in my opinion, in the series. Morris, he finished up with 7 points on 2 of 6 shooting. He went 0 of 2 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He finished up with a negative 3, pulled down an offensive rebound, had 6 total, and got himself a steal. Nerlens Noel probably should shoot more. Finished up with 4 points on an efficient 2 of 2 shooting. Goes 0 of 2 from from the free throw line. Finished up with a negative 6. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 3 total, had 3 turnovers, and got a block. Raymond Felton and Nader both got some run. Felton finished up 0 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, finished up with a negative 4. He pulled down a rebound, had an assist, and had 2 steals. Nader did not record any stats. As far as game notes go, this game was definitely back and forth, where Portland, after 1, was up 1. And then OKC goes up 10, where they held the Blazers to 17 points in the quarter. And then in the third quarter, the Blazers explode for 43 in that quarter to tie the game up. Because at one point, OKC was up 16, and it was mostly behind Dame's 25-point third quarter, where he's never scored that many points in any quarter in his playoff career. So general salute to Dame, trying his best to get his team, to will his team to that 3-0, but just didn't have enough in that fourth. Let me see. Russ leads OKC to a must-win. They needed this win, but he went 33 points, efficient 11 of 22, 4 of 6 from 3, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Had 5 rebounds and assists and a big block on Dame, where Dame was trying to drive to the basket, which I believe it was in that third quarter. Russ gets one game from Dame tonight, because they both were on fire. But it was mostly, like I said, big games from Grant and Schroeder off the bench. That's what pretty much tilted this game, because Blazers only had Lillard, McCollum, and Cantor in double figures, whereas the Thunder, they had Westbrook, George, Grant, Adams, and Schroeder, and Ferguson also had 9. The closest for the Blazers was Aminu and Leonard with 8. But other than that, there was not much offensively from anyone else from the Blazers. PG-13 definitely got to be said. He was saved tonight by his free throw shooting. If he was not a great free throw shooter, his stats would have looked bad tonight, and it would look bad from Paul George if they would have lost this game. And I would have had to put the blame on him because he was bad tonight. But guys like Grant and Schroeder picked up the slack, so we don't have to really go in too much on that because they did get the W. Ferguson might not be one of the brightest on the court when it comes to defense because he picked up 3 early fouls in the first quarter, but he did make up for it where he shot efficiently tonight, and he's their 3-point specialist, so he made 3 of those out of 5 or out of 4, so general salute to him. Refs, man, in this game, especially in that first half where the Blazers go down 10, but the score is 39-49. Neither team could really get into any rhythm at all. It was just tough to watch because everybody was trying to run was a travel or some illegal picks. It was crazy with the whistle in the first half. I did not like it at all, but the game ended up flowing better in that second half and more like what I figured it would be. But foul trouble really hurt Portland in this game because Harkless and Aminu, they were in foul trouble. So guys like who was it? Hood and Collins were playing more minutes than they probably would have this game, and that definitely helped OKC out because they kept getting to that free throw line, and they shot 15 more than the Blazers and also made 13 more. So that was definitely one of the big reasons why they won. They also had 27 assists on 37 made field goals, and they also hit 15 threes out of 29. So just one of those nights for them. And I don't think OKC will be able to replicate that type of offense, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens on Sunday night. That is the next game for both teams. I do look forward to that game. Other than that, man, I don't really have much else to say. I do salute the Blazers for trying to fight all the way through, even though in that fourth quarter, the tired legs just hit them. But there's no excuses. Shouts out to the OKC Thunder. They did what they had to do. They needed this win. This was a must-win for them. So I definitely look to see what adjustments each team makes for the next game on Sunday, because that's a big pivotal game still. And I kind of think that that's a must-win for the Thunder as well. Not so much for the Blazers, but I definitely think OKC needs to hold home court to be able to even have a chance at sniffing any chances of winning this series. Because right now I got it in 6 for the Blazers, but don't really have much else to say. It was a good game, good playoff basketball. Dame and Russ going back and forth. Russ over there rocking the baby quite often tonight. Pretty annoying, but it is what it is. You got to get his shine, and I knew he would get at least one. You know, Russ is that type of player that, while he makes a lot of mistakes and he doesn't always become clutch in playoffs, but he willed his team tonight to a win for sure. And I respect him for that, because Paul George was garbage cans tonight. And guys like Grant and Schroeder stepped up in big situations, hit big baskets at key times. So I salute the Thunder for this win. You know, it was a hard-fought battle, and they came out on top. So we will see what happens in that next game. But other than that, this was your boy P Money. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to all my supporters. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'm off this.